Okay, so this is my response to slip gators. This is kind of loud. That's better. I hope you can hear me over this. This is my response to Slipgator's review of Jurassic Island, which I thought he gave up with a little fast. So first off, I jump into settings and full screen it, because obviously I also autosave, but that's just me. So I'm going to show you how to make the park a little bit like this one here, that just contains all the dinos that are unlocked when you first start playing, with a functioning park that makes money and works, and people go round and they're happy and they visit, and there's dinosaurs and it's all lovely. And eventually you'll start unlocking newer things like egg places in things, nests, yeah, those, and little skeleton statues and all these adorable little things. So I'm going to start again from this one. Escape doesn't work, escape doesn't do anything. To get out you need to go into one of these menus here, and then you've got your resources, the levels of things that you have, your eggs that are currently going on, and you go in here to go to the main menu and then exit. So I'm going to go main menu, and I'm going to start a new game, and there are no save slots, so you have one game at a time, that is it. I do hope this audio is recording. Okay, so you get these tooltips. Ignore the tooltips are useless, the tutorials are awful. I will admit that. Based on previous knowledge, I know that I'm going to have to build certain things. So I'm going to say, first off, click this, you get your first menu. You've got roads and fences, which cost nothing. The poop scoop, the fence repair, and the dino relocator. The claw. Down here you've got your dinos. This is how many you have. This is how many eggs you have. You put the eggs down and they just magically turn into the dinos, and they're tiny and adorable. Once you have a certain number of likes, this is all very app based, then you can unlock the Triceratops and then something else, Brontosaurus type thing, and then 1,000, 2,000, 2,500 likes, and you start unlocking all the carnivores, and there's security and much more containment. In here you've got shelters, water trough, everyone needs one of those, different kind of feeding trough, grain for herbivores and meat for carnivores. There's the nest, and then these little decorations for happiness. They require all of them to be there. Once you've unlocked them, you will need to add them to every paddock or they will get angry. A few little different kinds of trees, and then we're back at the beginning again. Press this again, and you've got these, and these are the important bits. These, I will show you in a bit, are your visitor stations. They're the little sites where you stop off from the trucks and they visit there. You add them by right-clicking, having selected that on the flashy circle, and then it will go round in order, and the minus removes all of them. The trucks go round between them, and then you add the boards and the benches and the toilets so people can get eaten by the T-Rex in that square, all in that square. That's your viewing spot, and in that you can also add these other things. You've got a vending machine, a little platform for viewing. In here you start off, you'll have a power plant. We're going to place the power plant right here by right clicking. It's extremely expensive. The egg mine has to be placed on these flashing eggs right there. Has to. And that costs money to run, so I'm going to turn it off. Right click on it to get this up, tick to close. That's start and stop. This is destroy, but don't think that gets you any money back. And this is speed, and you can see it moving faster when I do that. So I'm just going to turn that off for a second and close. This all can be turned on and off, and goes like that. It's not particularly good. You're also going to need a food farm. These will fit just to the right of this, in line with this path, so I tend to put those just there. Water towers. I had 3 last time, and never ran out of water, so I'm going to assume 1 and see how long I can go with that. Oops. You've also got helipad, very cool, quite early on. Security bunker type thing, and then you've got your meat farms, and it all goes off into quite a few different kinds of things. And the top one is always 2,500 likes. So you've got there 14 different buildings for that. You've got 6 things you can place on your viewing platforms. You can get 20 viewing platforms, 20 cars, a few different kinds of decorations that seem to make visitors happy but don't affect dinosaurs. Adorable little Triceratops monument there. I had that a moment ago. Several types of trees which do make dinosaurs happy. They want those. They also appear in this menu. I don't know why they appear twice, it's just one of the quirks. When placing roads and fences, they cost nothing. You can just right click to destroy, click to create. You can't drag. If you close this, you can't build anymore. You can drag around the environment a little, but not too much. So you can build whatever roads and fences you want just to line things out a little. You can't seem to build in this area that's pre-built, it's just not doable. Deal with it. They don't seem to care that that doesn't join up properly, they just carry on. They really don't give a damn. I tend to go around the edge so that we have a nice big square. You can zoom by scrolling, which is fairly standard, I think. I hope. If you've played a game where there is no scrolling to zoom, I am concerned about the games you are playing. So these are quite expensive. 25,000. So are the cars. So I'm just going to get one of those. But I do tend to stick everything, because they don't like it when you don't have everything. They will moan about the lack of that thing. And they will go kaboom, and then I go click that, right click on the flashy circle. Let's just demolish this tree so that you can see. Or even better, let's go into that, open up the settings, really unintuitive, turn on my autosave, also turn on the transparency. And now the tree is transparent, look at that. Trees are semi-transparent so you can see what you're doing. This fogginess is what happens when it rains. It's annoying, but it's how the rain looks. We are going to start building the fence along here. Sometimes you'll find that if you've just got a straight piece of road, the fence, with no fence, it won't want to just build, which is strange and awful, and I don't like it, but it's the way things appear to be. So I'm going to build that out from there, and I'm going to have a kind of square with 4 quadrants, with one of these on each corner. Except I can't, because that's going to have to cut across, because I can't actually go down much further. Okay. Sometimes you'll also find that when you destroy fences you get little floating orange lights. That's also strange. The main thing I've learnt is keep these feeding areas close to there, basically. So I'm going to put one there, one there, one there, one there, a couple of those. Some of those in the middle. I'm out of money already. It is so difficult to make cash in this game. Power level is low. It's not that low. I mean, I've got nothing, so that's quite good, I feel. And now it's telling me start building road and cages for your dinos. So if I rotate around to this and right click here, you can see that's now a 1, and that's it. That's the first stop. And if I had more, I could do more. And the minus will... There we go. See, they're coming, and there's not even dinosaurs already. I'm going to start incubating a couple of things, as well as selling a couple. The eggs are the key to money in this game. Visitors generate a little cash, but not a lot. but keeping this thing running generates eggs, and you put 20,000 in and you get an egg worth 70,000 out. So yeah, I'm gonna put my Anki in there. Look at him, he's tiny and adorable. And he wants rocks. You require rocks, you can have rocks. You want those as well? You'll have those as well. Look at that, now he's happy. Now he's going to wander off over here where there is nothing and complain about it. There, now you have everything you could ever want. So you can't really send roads to the edge of the map because you can't actually scroll there. Unless you can do it, I suppose you could do it a little bit with that, but not really by scrolling in. So then we're going to come across here. You don't have to link it up in a circle, they'll just go back along the same track. They don't care, they park on top of each other and everything. I've only got one car, so that's not happening yet, but it will. Oh, it will. I'm going to make this one nice and big. That's on. I tend to leave that menu open just because it never closes when you click off it. And I can see that they are on, and that because they turn off when there is no cache. But these should just stay on forever. And this can be off as well. And then he will start complaining about having no water, so that doesn't work very well. He's complaining about it now, but only because I've confused him. Left click to pick up a dino. I can't pick up a dino. You won't let me. Are you just too far away? Is this the problem? You can have water there as well. There we go. Now he's heading for it. And he will stand there for a second. And he will be excited. There you go. He is happy about the water. Now if I come over here, I don't tend to buy the flowers, but I do tend to buy these. Look at it. It's lovely. Oh, I might put some flowers either side. These match. Oh, they match. That's it. They're going everywhere. They match. So these don't destroy things, but the roads do when you click. So, okay. There we go. Look at that. Look, I've wasted so much money. And yeah, the key thing is, so I've got Stegosaurus, Ankylosaurus, and Parasaurolophus. I've picked that up from him. And my tiny little Anky, who just doesn't match the environment, let's face it, he's far too realistic. But nobody really cares too much, because he's tiny and adorable. And what? No, what are you doing over there? Don't be silly. Gone. I'm not entirely sure I like all these rocks that are already here. They're not welcome. Some trees, but not rocks. You don't walk around with rocks sticking out of the ground. Uh-oh. It's raining again. So with that cash money, I'm going to use the space I said would be for a T-Rex at the end. Okay. Job number one is always poop scoop. Why won't you place the other way? I know you know how. I've seen you. I did it last time. Okay. We will simply retract that in one space, shall we? Yes. It's just a quirk of the game. No, you don't even want to place there. You are far too fussy. Far, far too fussy. Sometimes they'll place over this side, but not now. Okay. Fine. I'm just going to ignore you for a second. You are extremely noisy, but happy, which is key. I think. I hope keeping you happy is key. Otherwise I spent a lot of money on unnecessary trees and rocks. Why won't you place? Okay. So these things are 4 by 3. So what about if I put it kind of central? Oops. Not sure that's big enough. I don't think it is. What about if I put it down this side? It's sunny again! It's so much nicer when it's sunny. 2, 3, 4. So up here, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, a couple of little floating lights. It just doesn't agree that that's a road there. It really is, I promise. So I'm not quite sure why that won't place. Placed last time. It went rather well. Maybe I'm confusing it. Anyway, I have one working exhibit. I would quite like to have several more. If this doesn't work this time, I'm just going to go put it somewhere else. Fine. Come over here, you heathen. Not being able to drag is extremely frustrating. I started off thinking, this is how you do it. You're being silly. You just don't know how it's done. It is a bit of a pain. I shan't do what I did last time and build those all out in one space. We'll put them somewhere else. And... place. You see, now it will place. Why? Why not up here? Why there but not up here? What? No. Don't be silly. What? Now you will place. What changed? Right click to place. We'll make this one the second one. Right click for number 2, right click for number 3. And then we can go back to building exhibits. This one was going to be huge, but I feel like now it's not so huge. The other one is bigger. we are extremely confused about... Oh, the water tower is off. That should not be off. You are happier now, yes? Yes, excellent. Oh dear. Okay, so we have... Okay, we do have one egg. There we go, $70,000. That has stopped, which means you ran out of money. We have 13 likes. Now, we have an exhibit up here, which we will quickly decide how far along should we go. We don't want to make them too big, because then you have to put in 2 or 3 of everything, rather than just the one. So if I put that here, and that there, and go 1, 2, 1, 2. Put a big one in the corner, a couple of little ones down here and across here. 2 uniform. No, don't like it. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, that's not that bad. Salvaged. And if we go around to here, we should be able to put a nice information board, some toilets. Oh, I can't afford toilets. You must suffer. I'm sorry, but we have no cash. So the Anki can go in with this one. Why is the water off again? Oh dear, we're running out of power. Power is the problem. We don't have any eggs to sell. Balls. Oops. Oh well. We'll put that thing in here. Yes, there is no water. I'm sorry, but there is simply no water. So that thing's off, that thing's off. And the problem is, I'm assuming we're running out of power. Quick, sell the egg! Build another power station before we all die due to lack of power. So we go over there, we build a power plant. The power plant, if I'm honest, I don't really care about the power plant. The power plant can go there. I'm sure that will be fine. Get the food and the water back online, and we'll leave the mine off for now. What is over here? Oh, that was my baby thing. Something was over there. I'm just going to add in one of these 2. Oh great, rain! I'm now thinking it wasn't best in slot at all. I said best in slot. Did I say best in slot or slipgator? I think it was best in slot, not slipgator. God damn it. You were complaining about a lack of rocks. What kind of child complains about a lack of rocks? I will just, you know, close up that gap in the fence. There's a gap there as well. Are you breaking my fences? Oh dear. Anyway, I have a Paracelalopoulos, but there's nothing here. Should I set one up over here or over here? See, now I can't place it again, but I can place it there, but not over here. Is this just an obstruction thing? Were you confused about obstruction? See, you're placed fine there. Oh, I'm so low on money. How am I on water? Because that was a serious concern. Okay, so water and electric are about the same. I assume water is made by water towers and consumed by these. Or the number of dinos, possibly? But probably not really. I think it's more basic than that. Oops. Let's go all the way down here. You can build on the beach. I know that much. And then if we build across until we can't build because I can't scroll any further. Yes. That's a sizable exhibit. Oh my goodness, it's almost in line with the other one. I'm sure we can deal with that. I'm not attending to my pooper scooper duties. They should be. Build there, god damn it. What? Why is this a... There we go. Now you are confused. Oh, you sorted yourself out. Okay. Let's put... I don't have nearly enough cash. You are going to have to be turned on to consume cash, to make cash, and meanwhile I will clear out the exhibits. So transparency on really helps with finding the piles of poop. And let's face it, I need to... That got rid of all of them, and add these back in a sensible kind of order. There's nothing up there or down here yet, but you know, we'll sort something out, I'm sure. There we go. Less rain, less money also. Shall we put the parasol office in here? There's only one stego. It would get it growing. Until we have cash money. Big boom. Going to quickly build... I can't afford a water tower. So poor. There is a weird stage at the beginning where you are extremely poor, but you can build lots of fence and road due to their freeness. More explosions. Whoops. I'm not entirely clear on what the explosions are. Maybe a car entering or leaving. I thought it was the pooping. Originally, I was convinced it was the pooping. I don't want to build the road on the beach. Go away, the beach. Okay. So even though I don't have to build a road in a loop, I want to build the road in a loop. So I shall build the road in a loop. So, what have we not got? We haven't done one of these yet. So you click to pick up, you click to pick up, but it works. And there we go. And right click to put down. And he will go straight to there. You want more boulders? Who complains about a lack of boulders? There, boulders! So yeah, you really need some quite small exhibits. You guys are spending far too much time up here, away from your other trough, in my opinion. The visitors will like you far more if you are over here. So I have been told. There's lots of weird little odds and ends around. Just boats and towers. There's an entire little town up in this corner. A road that just ends. There's a plane crash. There's odd stuff. But if you just want to see tiny dinosaurs run around and eventually get some ones that can break out and kill people, I think this is quite good. I haven't had to repair fences yet. Nothing has gotten so angry. I have looked after them well, but they will. Ooh! There we go. I think, yeah, we have at least one of each, so I've shown you all of them. I've shown you everything in here. We haven't used the meat thing yet. I don't see why that's there, because you can't get the meat shed until you have a lot. You would have to buy all your meat manually, and you would just not keep up, I don't think. We have placed all of the trees. They are fairly uninteresting. We have done all of those that are unlocked. We have done all of those, so again, this is just on or off, or destroy. Up here, this can be on or off or destroy. It stops the turbine turning. It's kind of interesting. Apart from that, it does nothing. This just has a big red thing, and then this, you can... That won't turn on because we have no cash money. But it would, and you would see things going in the door. and we would gradually get eggs. Sorry, I'm rubbing my face and knocking my microphone. It's a very bad habit. But we can't get anything else in there until we're on the 500 mark. We haven't had any of these yet, but they require £5,000 just to show you flowers. So I am not sure that that is an acceptable task. Who keeps pooping? You, tiny one. It's an unacceptable amount of pooping. More booms. So, this Triceratops here, this is my favourite part so far. For the stuff you can immediately build, this is adorable. I mean, this is kind of cool. The idea that toilets are part of the first part is just foreshadowing for me, but still. An egg mining is odd. I think the idea is you get fossilized eggs and they magically make them into dinosaurs, but hey, who am I to argue? So I think the main thing would be here. Just with time, too much time, spreading these out a little bit, you would get money with everyone leaving. But I think it's just a case of eventually you would get an egg and you could sell it for 70,000, and that's almost enough to set up a new exhibit. Not quite, I don't think. These are 50,000 by themselves, just the patch that they get off at. I'm not sure how it affects your happiness if you just have one of those patches and all your dinosaurs all around. Just have one patch here. And just have everything else there and utilities on the back. That would be interesting. You are full grown. I wanted to move you out by now, but I've just got no money. Yeah, you see, that's off again because no cash. So I can sell various things. But I don't have 50 leaves or 500 likes to sell. So I can't actually get cash very quickly. And I have no eggs to sell. That is the main thing. Sell eggs. It's sunny again. So, wander around, pooper scooping things. Perhaps don't build 2 of these that don't have exhibits yet, because they are expensive. And invest in trucks. I invested in trucks last time and it went very well. I have 4 of these, and in the last one I had 5 and 5 trucks, and it was very well. And now I have 4 and 1 truck, and it's not so well, because that takes a long time to go round, and then I get money as they exit, not as they arrive. Presumably so that if they are dissatisfied, they can simply leave. My other thought is I don't need the unhappy things on the list, because that's not going to help my reputation or them spend more money. I don't know if they're going to leave now I've taken that off the circuit. So it might go a little faster if you have less of those, less preparation. I was all organised, and the game doesn't want you to be organised. Just chaotically expand. Let's turn this back on. Waste all our money on eggs, because otherwise we will never get anywhere. You can see them going in now. Again with the pooping. It's these Parasaurolophus. They're just poop machines. I had 5 last time. It was just impossible. And there are no zookeepers of any kind, as far as I have seen. No way to manage that. Are you ever going to leave? There's no fast forward or anything, so I can't speed this up. So at this point, you may just reappear later next time, or I may just call it a day, because 5,000 they basically look like this. I mean, that looks like that. These will look much like this, except this size and shape. That's the only thing I haven't shown you so far. So these flash like there's something wrong, but they're actually fine. But that might actually be a problem. I'll just add that back. Right click to add back, for no good reason. But it is extremely slow to get going. But once you do, you can build some quite big stuff. Which is a shame that there are no save slots, because I could show you some stuff. Except, I now can't. I may start again, because this car just doesn't want to go home. It's just not accepted. You have hit a... No, you're not stuck. Excellent. Go home! Okay, never mind. I will call that... What shall we call that? Like level 1? Because you have 500, 1000, 2000 and 2500. I think that's the only point at which things get unlocked. Are those levels, sort of? Yeah. There's no 1500 for some reason. But we'll call that sort of 0 to 500, and I'll get us up to 500. And maybe next time show all the cool stuff in this game from there. I haven't even said the name yet. I honestly forget it's odd. This game. Its name is odd. So autosave is on. And main menu to get out. It doesn't even say the title in here, and there's no exit button. So you have to unfull screen to come out, and that's it. And then you can quit. Yeah. So that was Jurassic Island, the Dinosaur Zoo, which has a really cool photo here, by the way. I love the idea of there being oil rigs and actual dino bones. I want to be able to defend oil rigs from dinosaurs in this kind of Mad Max style setting. Okay? Somebody just make that. Thanks. Bye.